Alright, so we're going to get into manipulating some of our chart data, and we're going to talk about how the chart works in conjunction with the map. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to delete this to show you how to remake it. So just drag your data in there, drop in for a chart, and the first thing you're going to get is basically just going to auto-detect a field that is significant. In this case, they just happen to pick the crop type. Okay, we can definitely change that, modify that, and do stuff with that, but I'm going to show you what we're going to want to do. This is showing right now our entire data set, right? So we have crop data from Australia, Africa, South America, right? So one thing I just want to point out when we land right here, if I click on the crop type, like in the chart, it'll interact with me on the map. So as I'm clicking on these different types, because I've made the symbology unique to the crop type, I'm actually able to click on these values and see it, which is kind of cool because this is getting into what it looks like when we actually interact with the data and how that looks and it feels, right, to our user and to us currently, because we're kind of playing that part right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just take this card right here and I'm going to say crop in South America. So crops in South America. All right, there we go. Cool. And then I'm going to filter that. And I'm going to go ahead and filter by. So this is going to filter all of the crop names. All right, and all the counts of those crops. But then it's going to filter by location. So when we hit by location, it's going to check that location column. And it's going to see, hey, what do you have here? So what I like to do is just unselect all and then just go through and select the ones that I want to filter by. So I'm just going to go through and get some of the South American countries and Uruguay. All right, I'm going to apply that. And then now what we have is we actually just have crops in South America. So we can see we have all these here. But the one thing we're looking at is these aren't really sorted. I kind of have rice and barley are kind of my leaders, followed by wheat, sorghum, soybean, and maize. So maybe I want to just display this in descending, right, or ascending, or A to Z, right? But generally do like highest to lowest, right? So that's really cool because we can take our map and we can kind of focus it right on this area, and we can have this area, this page right here, just be South America, right? And then we can go and we can make like another page for like Australia, and then we can do a filtered crop distribution in Australia in the same way, and that'll be, well, we'll go ahead and we'll do that right now. So it'll be like map of crops in South America. All right, so I'm going to do that, and this will just show where what types are, and I'll go ahead and make a new page, and then that'll force me to bring in the data set again. So I'm just going to grab that, bring it in. Alright, there it is. I'm going to enable location. I'm going to run that. When that comes in, I'm going to make a map. I'm going to set the base map. Then I'm going to add a chart, and looks like that's done. So we got a map. I'm going to bring in that base map that we were talking about here. Take dark gray canvas. I'm going to set that on Australia. All right, and you can definitely follow along here if you got an account. If not, it's fine too. So we're going to go ahead, style by crop and unique symbols, excuse me. And we're going to have that layout of Australia right there. And that's done. We're going to go ahead and say map of crops in Australia. Cool. And then we're going to take the same data. We're going to take it and drop it into this chart. Then we're going to filter this by location. And then we're going to go through here, and so we got Queensland. and Victoria, and Western Australia. I'm going to apply those. And then we can see that distribution. I think I got everywhere in Australia. Forgive me if you're from Australia and I missed somewhere. Pretty sure I got. It's just not like, not too familiar. But let's go ahead and make these charts a little bit bigger. Maybe put them side by side. And as you can see, if I want to click over here on the wheat, I can see the wheat is all the way over there in Perth. And there's some in Brisbane and Melbourne. There's kind of some all over. I click on oats or corn or broom millet. I'm not actually sure what that is. It sounds like a grain to me. And then I could take this and I could say Australia. And I'll go ahead and just look back over here. We'll do kind of the same thing. Just gonna make this a little bit bigger. Smooth that out. And here we go. Now we have some tabs that are actually showing the data set across different areas, so we can kind of see this. So this might be a way that somebody wants to have their data represented, and this is sort of moving into the area where we're showing off actually like how to represent the different parts of the data set instead of just all of it at once. So we're kind of cutting it up right now. So yeah, I'm going to save that just to make sure I got a progress saved there, and yeah, in the next video we'll show you some more stuff.